Hazel, I believe this address is on your route.
Yes, but why don't you just...
It's been postmarked, so perhaps you could deliver it today?
Sure, but it'd still be easier to...
A postmarked envelope must be delivered to the street address thereon, Miss Obachina. Without regulations, we would have a world without order, and a world without order would be anarchy, and anarchy is
Bad?
Yes. Yes, thank you for your assistance and your discretion.
Good morning, Oliver.
Miss McInerney, all ready for the Valentine rush?
No. This just came through from the terminal annex, got routed through special investigations, and they said you're the man for the job. Something about a mailbox and an explosion? And I know what you're gonna say. No Valentine is stupid if it's sent with good intent. But I know you're gonna say something, Oliver O'Toole, or... Morning.
Hey, where should Rita and I go for Valentine's Day?
I'd let you guys have our reservation to Montaldo's. If I had a boyfriend. And if he had the good taste to reserve a table for two at the nicest place in Denver. But I don't have a boyfriend. Nope. I work at the post office, delivering other women's Valentines from their boyfriends.
Norman, could you run these to certified returns?
You finished already?
No, but I think it would be good for you to run these up first and then come back for the rest later.
Hey, is there such a thing as a fancy taco truck?
No. So you don't have a date for tomorrow?
Well, we can't all have a Norman.
I was kind of hoping that Oliver would, you know.
What? Me and Oliver, that's ridiculous. Valentine's is, it's all about romance. And there's nothing romantic between me and Oliver. We're so, I mean, I send emails and he writes letters. I binge watch on my iPad and he goes to the library. I live in Cherry Creek and he lives, where does he live?
You and Oliver have a thing.
Thing.
I can read the chemistry.
Chemistry does not a romance make, Rita.
What? You're even starting to talk like him.
Well, Oliver is a gentleman, and he is recently, amicably but freshly divorced, and I doubt that he's ready to take anyone out for Valentine's, let alone a coworker.
A coworker he has a lot of chemistry with.
Don't end a sentence with a preposition.
You did it again. Hey, where is Oliver?
Ah, there you are.
Oliver, Rita just got a call.
I'm sorry, Miss McInerney, not now. Please read this, right here.
I never thought you'd be anything more to me than the competition to beat this year. What scares me is what you're going to think of me now. I never meant to hurt you last night, Maddie, and I never meant to kill anyone. Wow. Well, we're gonna have fun with this one.
We?
You're asking me for my help, aren't you?
Well, I think any letter containing a reference to killing someone demands special attention.
Well, let's see. Well, the envelope is useless. Half the pages are singed. All we have so far are 2 high school debate teams from 15 years ago, putting Maddie at about 16 or 17. Debate competitions move around every month from host school to host school, kind of like a football season, so she could live anywhere in the tri-state area. And a good debater spends so much time researching and prepping every possible topic that they don't really have time to kill anyone. I debated in high school.
Astonishing.
Yep. Teenagers, debates, death. I've Googled with less. Okay, I'm running a search for all high school debate teams 15 years ago in Colorado, Wyoming, and Utah. It should take forever.
Forever.
A day, probably. Do you want to wait?
No.
Okay. We should settle in then.
Oh, sorry. Here we go.
Thank you. People do crazy things for Valentine's, don't they?
I suppose.
Oh, so here we go. Do you remember the second competition? The resolution was the national minimum drinking age. Now, if I just hadn't kissed you that day. But I did. And nothing will ever be the same. Well, that's sweet. He kissed her and everything changed.
Everything certainly changed for whomever he killed.
Yes, well, there's that.
That kiss set something into motion, and someone died.
I'll filter the program to search for fatalities occurring around the time the mailbox blew up. Oh, okay, here it is. Saturday, March.
24th. It was 4:15 in the afternoon.
Is there something you want to tell me, Oliver?
We're out. And I'm not prepared to discuss this. Yoo-hoo free.
I wasn't going to tell you this, but I have Angie, the barista, keep a couple of emergency yoo-hoos for you behind the bar at the Mailbox Grill.
Miss McInerney, you never cease to surprise me. And I hope to someday return the favor. I started in the post office as a zip code shelver and moved up to mail carrier. 15 years ago, I had this route. I walked these streets, collected the mail from that box in the corner every day at 4 o'clock. It was supposed to be 3:55. Well, I had a sort of crush on the female police officer who covered the same beat. Most days around 4 o'clock, she'd be parked over there, taking a break, sipping a cup of coffee, and I'd make sure that I happened to be cleaning out the mailbox at the same time, and we'd have a pleasant conversation. And one day she wasn't there. And instead of cleaning out the mailbox and going on my way, I stalled, went to the coffee shop, got a coffee, and waited to see if she'd show.
And then some clown, an actual clown, ran his party truck over the curb, and a tank of helium in the back must have tipped over and rolled onto a block of dry ice. And of course, when helium experiences a sudden change of temperature, well,
I knew I'd never rest until I made things right, because none of those letters would have been damaged. I'd just done my job. No one ever thought to blame me, but I knew, so I volunteered to help recover them. And it was then that I realized that they weren't just letters. They were lives. A birthday card, a house payment, an apology. When we were finished, when I thought we were finished, I didn't want to stop. I knew I wanted to keep doing that, trying to restore what was lost. So I applied to the Dead Letter Office.
And look at all the good you've done. Leave the past in the past, where it belongs.
I thought I had. Oh, it feels like a double fudge day.
Why not?
Rita! Hi, Hazel! I just heard. Miss Special Delivery. It couldn't happen to a nicer government employee. Thank you. It's such a shock, but I still have so much to do before I go.
Hey, can I ask you a favor? Are you heading to Shane's?
Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm running late. Could you?
Oh, sure, just drop him in the box.
You're such a sweetheart.
All right, well, see ya.
See ya.
Rita? What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be at the...
I am, and I'm late. But every year I've been in charge of the decorations for the people with no date on Valentine's Day party, except that Norman and I happen. So I figured since you don't have a date, that maybe you could just handle
I'll handle it.
Oh, great. They're pretty old, but I think there's still 1 year left in them.
Fine. But I'm not staying for the party. I'm going to the gym, I'm getting a massage, and then I'm going home to eat pizza while I order discount designer shoes online.
Oh my gosh, I forgot to pack shoes.
Run. I've got it covered.
And have a...
Thank you. Figures.
Turns out tonight's lecture at the Stamp Club is on blatant misuses of postage due.
Oh, it's a worthy topic.
And high time, too. You want to come?
Well,
You know, Oliver, there's more to me than meets the eye.
oh, I am aware of that, Norman.
See, I think you wanted to ask Shane out for dinner, then you chickened out.
Well, for your information, and your information only, I did in fact mail her a Valentine with a personal invitation, and I am awaiting her response.
You mailed it? You couldn't just ask her?
Well, I wanted to do something special.
Waiting to the last minute's pretty special. Hope you like veal.
Good morning.
Morning.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, Norman, are you gonna get through it okay?
Oh, yes, Rita and I have a phone date after my lecture tonight.
You two are so adorable.
Yeah.
What is this?
Oh, well. Apparently I am now the entire decorations committee for the Postal Workers Without Dates party tonight.
Oh, did you plan to attend that?
No, 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 no. I'm just pinch hitting for Rita.
So you have other plans?
Well, other is... What about you?
Well,
Eleanor in Passports said that the party's canceled this year because everybody got dates.
Terrific. Everybody has a date tonight. Oh, and to top it off, the program I was running just froze my computer.
excellent. Why don't you get Norman up to speed, and I will be right back.
So if you're not going to the party tonight, does that mean you have a date?
Honestly, Norman, the pressure to have a date on Valentine's is both demoralizing and demeaning.
But if somebody were to ask you, today, would you go?
This late? That would just be insulting.
Hazel, about that letter?
Oh, you're welcome, no problem. She got 2 Valentine's cards yesterday, one from her mother and that one from you. You were really pushing it on the postage, by the way. Oh, gotta run.
Perfect timing. We're back in business. I'm filtering for the first name Maddie.
Oh, happy to hear it, Miss McInerney. Did she say anything?
She said Valentine's is demeaning.
Demeaning? And anyone who would invite her at the last minute would be insulting or something like that. Insulting? Maybe she got it, but she doesn't want to hurt your feelings, so maybe she'll wait till tomorrow and then pretend she didn't get it. I saw that in a movie.
All right. I want this letter situation resolved. We shall press on, if you don't mind. Now, where were we? Thank you. To be honest, Maddie, I started competing in these debates every month just to have something to put on my college application.
I found him. It's a Ryan. Oh, wow. It's Ryan Hallett. Governor Ryan Hallett.
I suggest we adjourn for the day and resume this discussion tomorrow. I'm sure you don't want to be late to whatever.
Oh, right.
Well then. Good evening.
I have my lecture this evening, and then Rita's gonna call, so night. Happy
Norman? Norman? Are you here all night?
yes? No? Well?
What's this?
Oh, that's the antique card that Serge gave me.
It's beautiful.
It's almost 200 years old.
And all handmade?
Yeah.
Somebody sure did care about somebody.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Norman? You are not yourself.
I just need a shave.
A gentleman must never forsake his morning ablutions. Do what you must, and we'll regroup at the grill at, say, 10?
Okay. Sorry.
So, how was your evening?
Oh, lovely. Spent it with a friend. And you?
Oh, it's great. You know, wine, candlelight, music.
Ah.
I did some research, and there's no record of the governor being involved in a hit and run or ever having received a DUI. However, there is a sealed record for a Ryan T. Hallett that was filed 15 years ago with the clerk of the juvenile court, which suggests that whatever he did back then was expunged, and that gives him the legal right to say he doesn't have a criminal record.
My goodness. You did all this and still had time for a candlelight dinner.
Got up early.
Yes, well, impressive. But the issue is not Governor Hallett's juvenile record. It is Madison Alstrup's delayed letter.
Well, she was living in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and working as a reporter for the Cheyenne Union Post until about a year ago, when she packed up her apartment and left no forwarding address.
I'm sure you'll think of something, Miss McInerney. I must attend to Norman. He seems a bit blue.
Oliver. Hallett is a good governor. Even his opponents like him. Whatever he did, he turned himself in and he paid his debt. If we deliver that letter to a reporter, then we're handing her the power to destroy a good man who was once just a stupid, broken-hearted boy.
What happens after we deliver the letter to Miss Alstrop is between Miss Alstrop and her conscience.
Well, this is about your conscience. That lady cop that you had a crush on, you haven't seen her in 15 years and it still bothers you that you allowed to get her in the way of performing your duties in a timely manner? Sweet is right. I really am starting to sound like you.
Please keep me informed of your progress. There must be something in here we're missing. Oh, and the police officer? I never said I haven't seen her since.
Oliver, I did my job, but can we just think this through before we deliver this?
If Miss Alstrop is as sick as it sounds, she is highly unlikely to create a political scandal.
I agree, but what Ryan says in that letter could still be pretty shocking. It's the last thing she needs. What good could come of this, really?
Well, I think it's always good to know that you were loved, isn't it?
Sometimes, Miss McInerney, you are a complete mystery to me.
Sometimes?
Why would you lie to someone about not receiving any Valentines?
Well, that wasn't a lie.
Oh, please, Miss McInerney, if for whatever reason you were too uncomfortable to decline the invitation in person, you might try leaving your mother out of your rather sad attempts to dissemble.
Oliver, I have no idea what you were talking about.
I'm talking about dinner last night.
Okay. I lied. I didn't have a date. But I didn't lie about getting any Valentines. I didn't receive a single one this year, not even from my mother, by the way. And you're one to talk. You said you spent the evening with a friend.
Well, if one cannot be one's own friend, then... Wait, how did you know? And please, don't change the subject.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, what are we even talking about? Where is he? Norman could get lost in an elevator when Rita isn't around. Oliver, you know, if it weren't for you being, well, you, that letter might not have been delivered in time.
If it weren't for me, that letter would have been delivered 15 years ago, exactly on time.
But you always say that God moves in mysterious ways, right?
Oh, that reminds me, I almost forgot. I have choir practice in half an hour. You and Norman can take the car back to the DLO. I'll walk. The church is just down the street.
Oliver, you know I wasn't lying when I said I didn't get any Valentines, right?
Have a good weekend, Miss McInerney.
How's Rita?
I saw her on TV. She looked pretty happy.
She loves you, Norman. You love her. Look, we both missed out on a nice dinner last night, so what do you say we close up and we go grab something?
Oh, that sounds great. You didn't go out with Oliver yesterday?
No,
How come?
he didn't invite me.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
What about the Valentine he sent you?
Am I losing my mind? I didn't get any Valentines.
Oh, something's weird. Hazel!
Hazel, do you remember delivering any Valentines to my house this week?
Besides the one from your mother and the other one from...
Well, you know. No, I don't know. I never got them.
Of course you did. I gave them to Rita and we put them in the... Uh-oh.
Uh-oh? she was carrying a box and
The decorations.
Rita promised that she'd give them. Norman!
Wake up in the morning and you never really know how your day's gonna end.
Focus, Norman. It's a plain cardboard box with a bunch of Valentine's decorations in it.
Oh, like crepe paper and hearts and stuff?
I don't know. I never opened it. Rita said that it was all pretty old and that I just...
Oh, hey, hearts and crepe paper and stuff.
Yes, that's it. Dear Ms. McInerney, I've been thinking that Valentine's Day might present the perfect opportunity for our long-promised dinner. I have reservations at Montaldo's, a lovely spot where we might share some stimulating conversation and enjoy the music. It has been a long time since we danced. Awaiting your response, sincerely, Oliver O'Toole. He thought that I thought that he...
And look, it's handmade. Somebody really cares about somebody.
Oh, Norman,
Oh, go on.
All right, very nice. Okay, we'll see you on Sunday.
You were so good today.
That was really fun.
That was wonderful. You were great.
Really?
Yeah.
A little nervous. I ran in late. I almost didn't make it. I was such a... Miss McInerney? Oh my goodness! What a surprise! This is Dale, Travers. Dale, this is Shane McInerney. We work together at the Dead Letter office.
Wow, it's nice to meet you, Jane. I don't think I've ever met any of Oliver's friends from work.
Well, I don't usually get to church.
You should come sometime. Have you ever heard Oliver sing?
Yes. No. Well, sort of. Not here.
Well, you're really missing something. I gotta get to work. Late shift. It was so nice to meet you.
Good night.
Bye.
She's a soprano.
Ah.
So, what brings you here?
I just found it. Hazel had given my Valentines to Rita, and Rita put them in a box, and... Am I too late for dinner?